Howdy folks. The one and only Jimmy Shorts here with you for the latest edition of Word Center, a special presentation brought to you by the fine folks at WNN, the Word Nerd Network.
And Captain Word Nerd himself, of course. By the way, for those of you who do not remember, I am your co-host Willie Webster.
Nobody cares about you, Willie. Jim Shorts is the reason all the people have tuned into the show tonight. You can bet your bottom dollar on that. Am I right or am I right?
Well, Jim, every dog has its day and you are no different. Even a blind squirrel can find a nut once in a while. I bet I can give you a run for your money, though.
Hold your horses. That is completely preposterous. You can talk till you're blue in the face and you will never be the cream of the crop. Watch this.
Looks to me as if you have ants in your pants. You look nuttier than a fruitcake.
Now you are getting on my nerves. Watch your mouth, Willie. Boy, we just dropped a multitude of what are those things called again?
Idioms, of course. Mr. Bailey and my great-great-great-great-great-grandfather Noah Webster would be ashamed of you for asking that.
My bad. Hey, wait a minute. Are you trying to tell me that one of your relatives is the Webster who wrote the dictionary?
You bet your boots he did.
Jim Shorts said you just dropped another idiom.
Well, let's get the ball rolling with the results of this week's voting in the Word of the Year tournament.
Jim Shorts can't wait to see which words made the grade and advanced to the championship game. Come on, spill the beans, Willie.
Let me just start off by saying that I am just tickled pink to bring you the following results. In our first matchup, Flabbergasted faced off against Pandemonium. After the nationwide vote, the word which will secure the first spot in the finals, winning by the narrow margin of 2 votes, 45 to 43, is
Pandemonium. 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 Holy cow, says Jim Shorts.
Pandemonium moves on to the finals to face the winner of our second matchup, which pitted 2 fan favorites and Whippersnapper and Bamboozled. You are not going to believe this, but
after the nationwide vote, and the exact same score of 45 to 43, the word that will take on Pandemonium is
Bamboozled.
Tune in next week to see which word, Bamboozled or Pandemonium, will come out smelling like a rose. Personally, I just hope that Mr. Bailey's wife, Mrs. Bailey, is not too upset that her word lost.
Not to mention that poor little whippersnapper himself, Justin Bieber.
Hey Willie, did I ever tell you about the time I saw that Bieber character on TV? Oh, that reminds me, I forgot to tell you that my favorite food of all time is deep dish pizza. Did you know that pizza is not really an American food? It's from Italy. But deep dish pizza is famous in Chicago. Speaking of Chicago, how about them Cubbies? Which reminds me, I bet Mrs. Tabor is wondering if her word won. Hey, that reminds me, did I ever tell you about the time?
Stop acting like a Flibbertigibbet. I think your brain has gone kaput, as Mrs. Tabor says.
Excuse me. What did you just call me?
You heard me, Jimmy. I said it loud and clear. You, my friend, are acting like a Flibbertigibbet.
Stop making up words, Willie.
Pardon me, Jim, but that is not a made-up word. It is our new word of the week. In fact, it has been used for hundreds of years. It has been around since the 1400s.
Stop messing with me, Willie. If that is a real word, what on earth does it mean? Sounds like a bunch of babbling to me.
That is right. Some words mean exactly the same thing as they sound like.
Flibbertigibbet means babbling.
Yes, sir, it does. Really, it means a silly, talkative or chattering person. Just like you.
Ha 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 ha. Boy, you are a sharp one, Willie. I just knew you would call me that. I just bamboozled you. Mr. Bailey put me up to all that babbling. I just knew you would call me a
Flibbertigibbet. Other synonyms for Flibbertigibbet include blabbermouth, chatterbox, nitwit, scatterbrain, foolish, or a very talkative or chatty person.
I knew that was the word of the week, but where did that come from anyway?
Well, I am glad you asked. Actually, Audrey gave the word to Mr. Bailey last week. She found it in a children's book of all places.
Just goes to show you that interesting words are all around us. If you don't stop and take a look around, you just might miss them.
Before we go, I have to give you the answer to last week's trivia question from Jean and LaSalle. What word has more meanings than any other word in the English language? The answer is set.
How many definitions could the word set possibly have? 5, 10, 20, 50, 100. Wrong, 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 wrong and wrong. The word set has 424 definitions. 424 definitions. That can't be right. Oh, but it is. Look it up.
Amazing.
Tune in next week to find out the winner of the Word of the Year tournament, plus the new word of the week, and much, much more on the
Word
of
the
Week.